Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to talk about another complication of cirrhosis, that is spontaneous bacterial peritonitis. As the name indicates, spontaneous, that is sudden, and bacterial peritonitis, infection of bacteria which causing the inflammation of peritoneum. So it is an infection of ascitic fluid without any apparent source. Their sign and symptoms are the patient may present with the sudden abdominal pain and absent bowel sounds, and patient has fever which is because of infection. And on the examination there is a rebound tenderness which indicates the peritoneal irritation. In the rebound tenderness, when the doctor apply the pressure on the abdomen, the patient feel tenderness on the removal of pressure, not on applying pressure, on the removal of pressure. It is a sign of peritonitis or irritation of peritoneum. Or in the 25% of the cases, the patient has no symptoms of the abdomen, but patient may present with hepatic encephalopathy plus fever. So in 25% of the cases, this is the clinical picture. Now come to the etiology or causes. The most common cause of spontaneous bacterial peritonitis is E. coli bacteria of enteric origin from the intestine. So this is the most common cause or etiology of spontaneous bacterial peritonitis. The other bacteria are Klebsiella, Streptococcus, pneumonia. Now come to the investigations. In the investigation, paracentesis is important. In this, 10 to 20 ml of bacteria in this technique, 10 to 20 ml of ascitic fluid should be taken for the examination of fluid to check the ascitic fluid color, which is usually cloudy in case of infections, and polymorph nuclear cells, that is neutrophils, are greater than 2.250 into 10 s to 6 per liter. And if the fluid culture is positive, it indicates the presence of microorganism. Usually E. coli is the cause. Now come to the management. The broad spectrum antibiotics should be given to the patient, like cefotaxime, which is third generation cephalosporin, and from the penicillin category, piperacillin and tazobactam combination can be used. For the prophylaxis, which is usually improves the condition and improves the survival of the patient and prevents the recurrence of bacterial peritonitis, quinolones should be given to the patient, like norfloxacin 400 mg per day and ciprofloxacin 250 mg 12 hourly, means BD 12 hourly, 2 times daily. So the total dose is 500 mg per day for the prophylaxis, and it improves the survival of patients with bacterial peritonitis. So this was whole about spontaneous bacterial peritonitis. Thank you so much for watching this video.